goes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Episode 17 already. The Maz and Sack cast. Sack, how are
Mm,
you?
I
Tell
am.
me what you have to say.
About what?
You were just saying, when I hit the record button, you were just saying,
Oh,
I had
oh,
something to
oh.
say.
Well, because I'm watching Lemans. So we were talking about Lemans, and I like I've always been a motorsports fan. I grew up watching Indy and NASCAR with my dad and shit, and my whole family was into it. We were all Dale Earnhardt fans. So I've always but it's very American racing, right? And I was talking to my wife about how I've been a big soccer fan too, and I have an English team that I support, Chelsea. Like they're legitimately my team. I'm a supporter of Chelsea. I've seen them live in Minnesota. It was awesome. Anyway, but I like European stuff, and Netflix does their show. I can't even remember, Drive to Survive, I think it was, where they chronicled F1, and I watched it. I ate it up. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to actually watch one of the races, and I got really into it. So now I don't miss a single practice on a Formula 1 weekend. I watch all the practices, I watch all the qualifying, everything. Every time they race, I watch it. I have the Formula One streaming package. I watch all the extra stuff on there too. I turned into a huge nerd for it. Um, so then this year I was like, fuck, the WEC is pretty fucking cool. And they race a lot of the same tracks. So I watched them do Imola, and I watched them do Spa, because Spa is my favorite track. It's in Belgium. It's fucking amazing. I want to go there someday. I doubt I ever will, but I want to. Anyway, I'm getting to my point, by the way. I'm just giving the backstory. I like the, you know, spin a yarn, if you will.
You are the straight closet filler, and it tastes just like vanilla.
Anyway, motherfucker. So so I'm watching Le Mans this year. And as I'm discussing with my wife about what it is that we're actually witnessing, because the thing with these cars is they're not cars, right? They're not cars as the way we think of cars, and they're prototypes. They're built specifically for this. But with Le Mans, they're also testing like a lot of technology that manufacturers want to be able to sell to a market. That's why the manufacturers get into it. And right now, they have more manufacturers and more cars than ever, and competitive ones, because manufacturers are have seen the benefit of getting into racing on the in the European markets. Like McLaren sells, if you go look at the cars that McLaren sells and then the race product they have, they're a top tier race team, and the cars they sell are all six figures. So if not more. Um, but the point out, the thing I was saying is they do all this, but it's so expensive. It's so much money. And basically, if you look at football as the sport of gladiators, right? So if you look at the ancient Rome thing, and you're talking about how when we watch football, we're watching gladiators in the arena, blah, 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 or UFC is probably a much more accurate thing of that. But you have all that, and then you have this remarkably high tech, because they're all running hybrids, they're all running electric systems, and they're running them for 24 hours at an average of just under 178 miles an hour a lap. And that's 8.5 fucking miles. And they do it for 24 fucking hours. So what we're watching the billionaires playthings that they then are going to dumb down 100 levels to sell to us at ridiculous prices. But it's billionaires playthings. Those are toys to them. They put so much money into it, so many millions of dollars into it, just to watch them go fast on a track. And it's but you are watching such a like those cars are at their fucking limit. Like they're at the point of like we have to limit them at this point, because if people try to do anything more, like the people in the cars would be again like back in a period like the 70s where they would be at risk. And right now, like, safety is the most important thing in this type of racing too, because they have bloody past, man. They, like, people have, like, a lot of people have died to get those cars as safe as they are and the tracks as safe as they are and all that shit. So yeah, dude, it's the playthings of the billionaires, and it's so fun to fucking watch if you're into that type of shit instead of just. And obviously I'm into football. Like, we're about to talk about professional wrestling. So, like, like, but hey, European racing is fucking exciting. And then because of that, I got into a conversation with my dad today about NASCAR and how the owners of NASCAR are negotiating right now with NASCAR. Like, they're not happy with the rules, with the body setups, with a lot of things with their racing. And I told them, I'm like, they're not capitalizing on a hot American market. Like, Americans are watching a ton. Like, during this coverage, they've talked so many times about how their numbers are so much higher, and they know it's coming from the Formula One audience, which is coming from America, because America's Formula One audience has like skyrocketed in the last 4 years. And so a lot more people are watching it. NASCAR needs to, like, if they're going to watch auto racing, they should be watching NASCAR too. But their rules are so messed up now. It's not even fun to watch a race. They're terrible. And Indy is exciting, and Indy's numbers are going up too. But to me, as someone again who likes the European stuff, the gentlemanly stuff, the problem with Indy is they wreck like 20 some times a fucking race. And that is boring, because if you're not good enough to keep your car going where it needs to go, you shouldn't fucking be out there behind a machine doing that. And I understand there are going to be wrecks occasionally, but you shouldn't be spending half a fucking race under a yellow car, under a yellow flag. That it just, because you have drivers that can't make it 2 fucking turns without hitting somebody. Like, that's just not good racing. Too many cars, not enough good drivers. So anyway, there you go. Cheers. How are you doing, Maz? How you doing? I just spent 7 minutes.
I just took a nap for 8 minutes. No, NASCAR. So I don't watch it. I'm not a fan of it. Rubbin is racing, whatever. Yeah. But they just transitioned to pro wrestling. I saw that there was a fight in the pit after one guy.
Yeah, Kyle Busch, man. He's been starting fights for fucking years.
So that is my transition from racing to wrestling. Hey,
fair enough.
Do you know what this shirt is?
It looks like a Hamburglar shirt, but what is it?
Rob Van Dam. Transition to wrestling. Yes. Today was Clash at the Castle, Scotland.
Yes.
Before we break down any matches, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did, actually. By the end of it, I got to tell you, we were marking out pretty hard. I watched with my sons, my 2 16-year-old sons, and my wife had to leave the room because she couldn't handle us. We were being so rowdy. And yeah, by the end, dude, we were in, and all the matches were quality. I think we're going to get to all that, but like, it was fun to watch, and it was very entertaining. The wrestling was great. The announcing was fantastic. Like, by the end of it, I don't know how many times we had to stop and just laugh and talk about Corey Graves and Bad News Barrett with Michael Cole. It's like I think we've struck gold here, fellas. Like, I love Pat McAfee, but those three together are fucking magic. They're magic, and I love it. It's great.
So Did you happen to catch any of that NXT show?
I didn't get to it. No.
Okay. So I
Like I said.
watched it, and you bring up the announcing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the guy is on NXT, but his sidekick is Booker T.
Oh God.
And so I was up here with today's announcing compared to watching 2 hours of Booker T. Um,
No, thank you. No, thank you.
it was as much fun watching a show as WrestleMania Night 2.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It had a great flow.
Yeah, it peaked and it stayed there for the most part. I
Yeah.
loved it. The women's tag triple threat, if that didn't have the save of being like a hometown girl winning a title, like hometown girls, like both of them, right? If it didn't have that as a save, it would have been the most like terrible bring down match. Like it'd be such a stain on the entire show. But the only reason it was there was to have that moment. So, you take it.
I do those little instant match rating things.
Yes, you do. And they're fucking fantastic. Mike Rips, check it out.
You just sexy boy, you. After that women's match, I had to take a break and just take a step back. I had a little watery eye going on
Oh.
when they got their flowers and the whole Alba Fire thing with her mom getting killed and all that stuff. It was a beautiful moment. Kudos to them for having it.
Now, I'm just going to say this, and obviously you like to do things in order. It's out the window already. Fucking if you took that away, right? Tragedy is tragedy. And I'm like that, like, sorry, like seriously, nobody, that's shit. It happens to all of us and nobody wants to go through it. It's like one of those things. And, but if you take that out, like, and there isn't that even take away the home crowd thing, Jade and Bianca deserved to have that like swerve away from them. Like it could have been planned that they were out there to squash them and keep their belts, and it should have been an on the fly call to take it off of them immediately. Like they were. I was embarrassed for them. And this isn't the first time, dude. I think every time we've talked about Jade Cargill, it's come back to this thing where it's like, dude, she is not ready. She is not ready. And she looks great and all that. Fantastic. But holy fuck, dude. Like
okay. So obviously we're talking about the botches.
Yes.
The springboard, I'm going to come to her defense a little bit.
Okay.
To go back.
Okay.
When she was training in AEW, I would assume that her little training area is the same type of rope. They use a cable rope. I've heard Jim Cornette talk about this a lot. Yeah, exactly. But WWE uses a rope with duct tape and tape. So it's not as bouncy. It's not as stable.
Well, she wasn't the only person to have a problem with the ropes today.
Exactly.
To be honest.
No, absolutely. I think that's a good point. But maybe they need to go to a cable rope there.
Or maybe it was just really fucking humid in that building and
it could be. It was a hot fucking crowd, man.
Oh, dude, Europe shows. And at this point, I mean, if you don't get that the global thing is like the main focus, because like the next thing we got coming up is Money in the Bank, and that's in Canada. Like, when was the last time?
Always have hot crowds there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Toronto,
especially in Toronto's good. Toronto's good.
WrestleMania 6, you had the Brock Goldberg Survivor Series with the NXT of DIY and the revival before that, the night before.
Yeah. Dude, Okay,
they,
so I
they have
put
a history.
I've always put like so Toronto is always up there for me with like Chicago and Philadelphia
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that because and New York, but Madison Square Garden is probably like and that's probably more nostalgic at this point. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that that's ever going to hit that like where they were. But like yeah, Chicago,
I think
Philadelphia,
you gotta throw
Toronto.
Greensboro in there too.
Oh, okay.
It's a great wrestling crowd. I mean, all the Starcades. AEW just did the Sting last match thing there. I think that's
Sting's last match, huh?
yeah. Till he goes back to WWE.
There's no fucking way they would pay him money unless it was to like I don't know, shake
Ne-
hands,
never say never.
sign autographs,
Yeah.
go into the Hall of Fame. Wait, is he already in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he went when I went to Dallas, he went
Okay.
in then.
I was gonna say you go into the Hall of Fame, be on the cover of a game, then you know.
So I was just thinking about that. You bring up something, sign autographs.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone to a wrestling show in I don't know how long, but I used to go to the conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow there's a wrestling show here in Pittsburgh. I just saw an advertisement. I don't. It's called like Enjoy Wrestling or something.
Okay.
But there is a $75 meet and greet with Willow Nightingale, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze. $75 on top of whatever the entry is to whoever is wrestling. Like
Holy
when
shit.
when I used to go to like a convention, I remember Rob Van Dam,
Yeah.
$25 at WrestleMania. Bret Hart was a $35 combo, photo and autograph. And now I don't know what they are now, but
They're
fuck.
expensive. They're fucking expensive. The last the last signatures that I've gotten from wrestlers have been at baseball games. We have a semi-pro team in the area that does like WWE nights,
Okay.
and they have guys come in. So that's where I've gotten them. So it's just cost me what it costs to get into the
The
game.
game.
And then like if I buy a picture from them, you know, which I always do just to give them the, you know, to pay them for their time or whatever. Even though I get something else signed too, because I brought a fucking 2x4 in for
Hacksaw.
Hacksaw. Yeah, dude, I'm stumbling on names again. It's been so bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, but like the last time I went to a con, which Hulk Hogan was there, it was like
Okay.
$120, dude.
For a
And that
picture?
was probably that was pre-COVID shit. So
Mhm.
like prices have I mean everything's gone up. So
Was it
yeah.
for an autograph or combo or what?
I think that I don't know. I think it may have been 120 or whatever, 110 for like both for like the picture and
Okay.
the signature, but you had to do those separate. I did that for Bruce Campbell. And like, you know, you do the picture line and then you got to
Mhm.
go wait in another line to do the autograph line, which, you know, whatever. But that was like they're expensive. They're expensive. These
When
guys get paid.
when I went to WrestleMania 29 in New Jersey, it was 75. It was 150 for the combo for Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
I got the picture for 75, and then my buddy got the autograph for 75. We split it that way, but
That's smart.
yeah, because I wasn't into the whole autograph thing. And then the next year, I got Hogan's autograph because the WWE game came out. And he had the signature in the game,
Oh, okay.
the card or whatever, the promo
Yeah.
card. So,
Yeah. Dude, I used to like, do you remember when we were paying for like the top level edition of WWE 2K wrestling
made so much money off of it.
just to get the super cards?
Yeah, and then you sell them. You buy multiple and sell them, and then it
Well,
pays for everything.
you did that. I never did that. You were better at that stuff than me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
I took a couple notes,
Oh.
but I stopped taking notes because I was just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Which
I
I was happy.
I noticed I wasn't even like I didn't like, oh, I should take notes. I was just like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna like at first I was like, this probably isn't gonna be much, but like
Mhm.
I'm still thinking like the old days because 3 years ago it wouldn't have been much. It would have been, oh, I missed it. Oh well.
Yeah, but it was a damn good time. I got some feedback from some friends that they were watching it, and everybody loved the show. So kudos to you know the the Fed or whatever they call them now, what the cool kids call them, because they did a great job on it. So the start of the show, I went downstairs to watch it at 1:56. The show started at 2. It took me 7 minutes to log back into my damn Peacock account, so I missed AJ's entrance. I guess probably a video package to open the show.
Mhm.
I came out when it came on. Cody's entrance was coming on, and they sang along. They were
They killed it.
ravenous for it.
Yeah, they killed it.
Yeah, they killed it. The match started. They went right out into the crowd. They went into Gorilla. The note I have is all the spray tan on the wall in Gorilla because when he flung him into the ropes. Did you see when they were back there who was producing that match?
No.
Bobby
I
Roode.
was oh no shit.
He was sitting right next to Triple H. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
He's
I
there in
was
the left
trying to
seat.
look. I missed that.
Yeah, Bobby
That's
Roode, and then Lion Bruce was there, and
nice. Nice.
and Triple H.
I like that. Dude, I'm a big Rude guy. Like,
Oh, dude, he's awesome.
yeah.
I met him at a TNA show back in the day, and we had like a 10-minute conversation about the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh,
He's a big
nice.
Red Wings fan. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, he's cool. And
yeah,
he was a good fucking wrestler.
yeah.
He was kind of a wrong era kind of guy.
If he would have
Like,
been in the 80s,
oh dude, if he had
could you
been in the
imagine? He would have
80s,
been like Arn Anderson if you had Bobby and Tully. Oh my
dude,
god.
he would have smoked back then. Like
Oh,
absolutely smoked. And I loved him for it. But
yeah.
he had a hard time. He never had a hard time getting over. He just had a hard time maintaining anything. But
Yeah. What a fucking talent, though. My
hell
God.
yeah. That's cool. That's good news. I'm like that. That's good
Mhm.
news. I like that. Right
Yeah,
on.
I'm a big fan of
Good
him.
catch.
Jason Jordan, he's another producer.
Mhm.
Chad Gable's old teammate, and obviously Michael Hayes. Doop, doop, doop.
How much longer are we going to be riding that train?
Oh, I woke up this morning. I popped on Twitter, and there was a video of the Freebirds coming out at the Spectrum. One of their like 3 shots that they did in the mid '80s. It was awesome. Great nostalgia. So they got the Tanner on the wall. They come back out to the ring. Uh, they come back out to the ring. AJ comes out, makes a comeback. He goes to the fucking floor. Cody's mom is sitting ringside, and he starts talking shit to her, and she calls him an asshole.
How are you gonna have Mama Rhodes out there calling him a fucking asshole, man? Like I was like, what are we doing here? What are
Well,
we doing?
I think I texted you around this point, because while Michelle is there calling him an asshole,
Mhm.
they cut away from Cody. Cody gets the color. That is how you do it, AEW. You don't put a hard cam right in front. Am I wrong? I mean,
No,
fuck.
I'm such a fan of this trend that we're on where if like any shot that can be taken by you, you're just fucking taking it, man. I fucking love it. I fucking
Yeah.
love it. No, but yeah, so he came out of there bloodied and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We got some color in the first match. Like
But
good
this is
on
the
you.
perfect time to get the color because it's a grudge match. They've already
Yeah.
had their standard match,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is the blow off. So good on them.
That's speaking of that, by the way, the video you sent of Punk in the post match press conference when he's like, "You Hell in a Cell for the first match." I'm like, oh my god.
He took a shot right at he whipped his dick out and put it right in Tony's face.
Dude, fucking,
and he was eating donuts.
Eating donuts like a real pro. Like,
there was a side-by-side shot I saw of him all bloodied and eating the Mindy's Bakery muffins, and then him today eating the donuts, and he's like a hobo, all bloody versus clean cut, all together. What a shot! Want
donuts?
Oh, what a shot! This guy is fucking gold.
Oh, but it also kind of felt. Oh God, never mind. I'm sorry. Pause on that. Keep going. Okay.
So we're back to Cody and AJ.
Yeah.
So the notes that I did read for this are the weapons that were used. There was a chair, there was tables, a Singapore cane, handcuffs, a belt, and the finish was stairs.
Okay, so the belt was my favorite. The belt was my favorite because AJ reached down and grabbed the ref's belt and ripped it off of the ref.
What a spot.
Oh, fantastic. Now it didn't work out great when he tried to like pull Cody's head
pull it
back
on his forehead.
Yeah,
because he should have choked him, but they probably can't do that.
Yeah,
that's what I took from it.
Yeah, it was and then the crowd gave him the "you fucked up" chant. That was mean.
I forgot. They also used a chain. He used that chain.
Yeah, he tried to.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's hanging down from his arm, and then it ended up being a reversal anyway.
Yeah.
So, but like, dude, that match
great.
had some legs. Like it
was
really
great.
did.
Let me see the
table.
Time.
The table. Okay. So
yes, go ahead.
So the table spot was just fucking amazing in my opinion. The way they got to the table was perfect. It was like 3 spots rolled into one. I was like, you guys are fucking killing it. And then the finish, when the way, like, to finish it with him quitting prior to Cody landing that strike. All right. So then they almost swerved me at the end with having him still throw the stairs at him, because I was like, that's not very clean. Like,
they added to the story.
Yeah, you just muddied your hands a little bit here at the end, made it a little personal. You could have let him go. You could have, like,
a grudge match though.
Ooh, but dude, it's like,
and Mom was there saying, do it.
So then I started thinking SummerSlam might be wild. Like SummerSlam's building up to be like a potentially just fucking amazing show. And I can't remember the last time I've thought that, let alone said it out loud.
So while you mentioned SummerSlam, we had to bring this up. SummerSlam is 2 months.
Wait, hold on. Because I just thought about the CM Punk thing with the Hell in a Cell, the fantasy booking. I was actually sitting watching this thinking, at SummerSlam, these two fuckers need to be in a Hell in a Cell. And those two together in a Hell in a Cell would be absolutely tremendous, because they're going to do spots, and they're going to, like, I'm not saying they're going to do anything stupid or crazy, because they're both safe dudes. They don't get hurt, or they, stuff like that. But it would be great. It would be great. But
so
I don't think they can, because AJ.
I think AJ got hurt today. So there was a video that they just posted.
So what did he hurt? What did he hurt?
I don't know, but there's a video that they posted with the referees. He's got his arms around the referees going through the curtain, and he's like, I'm fucked up. I need a doctor. It's on Twitter. You can check it out.
Damn.
Yeah. But
I hope he's okay. Fuck.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's the way that they're going to go. because after this match of 27 minutes and 45 seconds,
I forgot about this.
Also with the finish,
about this.
yeah, I don't know how you can, but
well, because it didn't feel like a moment to me. Like there was a great match that just went down.
It was a tremendous match,
and it didn't really breathe. And I mean, look, I stand on my statement during the WrestleMania show that Solo it was gonna get fucking a jetpack strapped to him, right? So that's cool. Like you come out and fuck up the champion after he wins a very tough match. I get it. But I still don't necessarily understand why we're still doing the Uncle Orton and KO tag along job. Like I don't.
Well, I think that's the filler for the next pay-per-view. So they could have a 6-man. And then they teased Orton staring at the belt.
Yeah. So that could be interesting. But are you really can I like do you go from one legend to an aging legend? Like, no offense to Randy because he's doing some of his best work and I know that they would put on fantastic matches, but what does it do for like what is it that you're doing for your champion? Are you really putting him over that way, or are you just kind of letting him chalk some names up on his bedpost? You know, like
I think what they're doing is just leaving stuff open. So they're covering for injuries, I believe. And there's paths.
Yeah.
Let's not take away from this match, but this match is probably the second greatest I Quit match of all time. With Tully and Magnum at Starrcade. I'm going to go there. It was fantastic.
I definitely thought the ending was perfect.
I didn't.
I liked it.
Was perfect.
I thought it was perfect.
I thought it was kind of hokey.
I thought it was perfect. I thought it was on for the moment, and like I liked it. And but that the flow of the match was fantastic, and they still did a lot of really good work. It wasn't just a spot monkey match.
No, and it was rough, but it was safe. Like you could tell. There was a couple cane shots. I thought maybe the old elbow got jacked up a little bit, but throwing the chair and then him hitting that and then falling through the table was awesome.
So you bring up like AJ potentially being hurt. So if he's legitimately hurt, I mean, they could have lost a couple people tonight. I hope that's not the case, honestly, because everybody did really well.
I think the second one is legit bad.
I don't check, message boards or Twitter too much on it, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm assuming that it's like he looked hurt. But we'll get there. Let's just get there.
We'll get there.
Next on the board, let's talk about
this
thing.
After the match, Cody's out there celebrating in the walkway. Solo's out there. He turns his shoulder one way. He's on the other side. He turns to the other, sees Solo. Solo jumps him. The Gorillas come out, and then KO and Orton come out and make the save. That's a good piece of business too, because what do you do with Solo? How can I say this? He looks like a pimp. With the big chain and the suit. Doesn't he?
Okay. I don't know. I don't think he looks like much. I kind of don't like it. I wish they would have steered into a more a less professional look, maybe more of a bit of a wild character. I
agree.
I want him to be a little bit more unhinged. I don't
what though? You have Jacob Fatu coming in, and Jacob Fatu's unhinged as it gets. So maybe you have to have some kind of separation there.
I guess, but you're stunting him. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion.
But here's the other thing. So we're talking about this probable 6-man that's
Uh-huh.
coming next pay-per-view. And then you have The Rock obviously waiting in the wings probably for SummerSlam. But then did you see The Rock look like Cody? His elbow?
No.
There's pictures. He's all purple all the way, like he tore his bicep or something.
Oh God.
So maybe
Not.
that's why
It's not.
Solo came out.
It's not
Just
shocking, and that's why
yeah.
Orton maybe setting up
Hmm.
Orton to take that spot. Or
Yeah.
do what he has to do. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, Randy can pull it off. Like if they have to, if they
Sell
have
out a
to,
football stadium. Yeah.
yeah, Uncle Orton.
So that's what I was going to bring up. They're doing all of these commercials after the matches to keep it moving.
Wheatley,
And
so good, I drink it neatly.
they're pimping out next year's SummerSlam, the 2-day event in Minnesota, as opposed
That's
to the SummerSlam that's 2
that's
months away.
no, that's not next year's, dude. That's 2026. That's 2 years away.
I thought it was 25.
26.
Oh,
Yeah. They're promoting it, and it's 2 years away.
because they need
Yeah, because they're turning it.
150,000.
They're turning it to a 2-day thing. So
Yeah,
they have to. They have to pump the shit out of that.
that's wild.
And it's like honestly, for a first time doing it, I feel like doing it in Minnesota may have been a mistake.
It's the Midwest, though. Everybody could fly in.
Yeah. I mean,
Just like
I'm happy they're doing it there. I'm closer. I'm closer to there than I am to Cleveland, right? Because I was thinking about going to Cleveland, but
Cleveland's 2 hours from me.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cleveland's like 6 or 8 from me. I think one of those two. I don't know. I want to go to the fucking.
Yeah, you're right. It is August 1st, 2026.
Yep.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So if you are watching this, like, subscribe, comment.
How about that? It took us 37 minutes. Dude, one of these days we might actually act fucking professional, and I doubt it, but
monetize us so that we can go to Minnesota and we'll do a live show there.
Fucking A, dude. I would do that in a heartbeat.
That?
Dude, are you kidding me? I already told the kids we were starting a savings for it, specifically just for that, because we have to be prepared to get, at least 4 tickets. Like,
yeah, my wife wants to go, so.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
She loves allowed.
Minnesota.
No, not allowed. I mean, she's not allowed to come to the show. She can come with you because we won't share a hotel room, but like
we won't.
She can't come. It's you and me and the boys. That's what's going down, boy. No, whoever else wants to come, join us. But I will. But that's the thing. They announce it now, and it's like, okay. Because like I will for sure be there. Like they're like, unless I just don't live here anymore, or like things that happen, but then it won't happen anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all things being equal, I will for sure fucking be there.
Yeah, I'm planning on it as well, and now I know I have 2 years to plan on it. So
yep, exactly. Cool. Yeah, and my 18-year-old sons, they'll be fucking 18 for that, dude.
That's Yikes!
They have great.
They have what?
Never mind.
So the next match is the sloppy 3-way between Jade and Bianca, Zoe and Shayna, and I thought it was Isla, but it's how the fuck did they say it today? Ilsa?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was talking.
And Alba Fire.
Yeah. Can we not talk too much about this?
It was sloppy.
It was sloppy. It was very
sloppy.
Like it was very sloppy. And like that was the second match on a pay-per-view that they have had to completely reset, start over. Not the whole match, but start over a sequence and do a whole thing over again and really do things on the fly to get caught back up. because Jade Cargill,
Yeah.
and that's not a good look. It's just not a good look.
Yeah. She looks like a fucking $1 million though.
Oh my God, I know,
It's
dude.
so frustrating.
It is. It is. It so is. The Valerian look she's got going on with the white hair and just everything. Dude, she is a star in the making, but you should have, it's like Pete Crow Armstrong, right? Like if you got to send him down to the minors a couple times this year, you're going to have to send him down to the minors a couple times. You got to let it cook, right? Like there's just she ain't ready for the big time yet. And no matter what about the home crowd and the blah blah and the blah blah, it wasn't a house show. It was a premium event. So they dropped. Okay. And I don't think for a second that when they put those belts on them, they intended for them to drop that quick at all. Not even.
No. I almost wonder if maybe they're going to send Jade to like NXT.
She needs a solo run. Bianca is
right.
It's
I
killing Bianca. It's making Bianca look stupid.
And you can see that Bianca's frustrated as fuck.
Oh my God, dude. Bianca killed it. Like Bianca looked great, but at some point, like it looked like she was being lazy on purpose, like just flopping around,
slowing down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and it is that I get, of course it's the frustration. You got a partner that's fucking up.
Yeah, green as a pepper tree.
And if we're being fair to Bianca, and I know that's the post McMahon era, fine. I'm prefacing it, but it's almost like Jade, because of their build and their athletic ability and everything else, Jade would kind of be filling Bianca's spot if Jade leapfrogged her. Mm-hmm. So like you're not really setting either one of them up to win as a tag team. It's just not. It's not a good.
The thing that you would be setting up would be after they break up
a turn
the program.
Yeah, 100%. But right now, that they can't. There's no.
No, she's not ready. No, not even close.
No.
She tapped on the submission choke to Shayna twice.
Mm-hmm.
She did the botch moonsault, and then the Zabada at the end where they were going to pick her up. Like you could see Bianca had to like pump fake 3 times to do it. Like it was bad.
It was embarrassing.
So then Jade goes for the pin. Isla Dawn comes in, German. And then Bianca got tripped up by Jade in the corner to go make the save for the pin. New champs, they run out. I guess it'd be family that was in the crowd, gave them flowers. They came back in.
They had a good moment.
A cute moment. Yeah.
Yep. And a hometown crowd moment, which they weren't going to get another one the rest of the night, which I fucking love. Fucking love it. I fucking love it.
So they had to go over.
Yeah.
Because of what they were doing at the end of the card.
Well, not just that, but because they have a whole, like, their moment was bigger than just wrestling too. Like if we're being honest, like it was an opportunity for a real like personal moment. So that's I'm always for that too. I think work-life balance, right? But if you're going to keep doing your job and you can still have a personal moment within your job, that's actually kind of cool. And because they have the platform they have, WWE offers that to a lot of the, like, at least it should. It should. Some of them are corny, but some of them aren't. Some of them are really bad, like Dominic Mysterio.
Let's also be honest here. As a tag team, they are light years better than what Jade is putting out. So,
oh yeah, that's the thing. They were pretty clean, and actually, I thought both the other teams were pretty clean.
Zoe was a little,
okay,
a little,
but it was sloppy, and good on them. They got their moment, beautiful moment.
Yeah, if you rate the 6 women that were in the match, I would say Jade is the worst, then Zoe, then Shayna, then Bianca, and I thought those 2 were the best in the match.
I do too.
So
I do
so
too. I
good
agree.
for them.
Yep. Agreed.
Next, I'm sure there was another SummerSlam commercial and a SummerSlam commercial. And then we went to the
Wheatley
Intercontinental.
so good, I drink it neatly.
And then we go to the Intercontinental Championship match between Sammy and Chad Gable. This was my match of the night.
So I'm gonna tell you, we got a little lost in the narrative prior to completion, because I felt like it got a little muddled because they were doing a lot. Like this they did a lot during this match.
They sure did.
And the work that they did though, and Sami Zayn is a horse, an absolute horse. He works. Oh my god, kudos to Sami Zayn. But
Gable was fucking good
no,
too.
I was gonna get Chad Gable. So I kind of thought Chad Gable was gonna be in the rounds of, like I thought Chad was about out. I thought he was on his way done from what I had heard. And
well,
maybe
the intranet.
still, yeah, exactly.
He resigned.
Okay, there you go. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he's worthy of his position. He put on a hell of a match, and those two together. And then my other note from the match is Otis is an absolute pussy slayer, dude. Nobody has the suave, chivalrous nature of Otis. Like Otis is the absolute epitome of male peak. Like every young kids out there, if you're watching, be like Otis. Be Otis. Didn't say a word, didn't throw a punch, didn't just didn't want to get involved, dealt with his own struggle. And in the end, what's he do? He picks up the fucking woman and carries her out. Fucking Otis.
So are you saying that we are going to see Macho Man and Hulk Hogan fighting over Miss Elizabeth using Maxine and Gable and Otis? Because that's exactly what it was.
That to me, it is like what you just said is like, that's like the wish version of that storyline with those people. I mean,
It's
again, I'm trumpeting Otis right now, but
they
still,
can do a Maxine on a pole match at SummerSlam.
No, they can't. They're not doing that. They're not touching exploitation anymore. They're not fucking touching it. Like they'll do fun stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be some risque stuff, but it is definitely going to be the women making the choices on that. It is not going to be exploitation shit, which is cool, whatever. But Maxine, I don't think I would fight over her. Like I'm not sure that I'd put up much of a fight for that one.
So the actual other note I have for this match, when Maxine went down, that angle was right there.
Oh my god!
Do you
know how many times today I said the cameraman had one job and he absolutely nailed it? It was
they
like
are on peak, man.
And it's to the guys too. That's the funniest shit. There was a moment with fucking Drew McIntyre where I thought I was watching episode 2 of the new season of The Boys again, which if you haven't watched it, dude, nastiest shit on television, period. End of
Is it like Oz?
No, it makes that, no, dude, maybe offline. I don't want to destroy our show with talking about another show. Okay, anyway. So yeah, the cameramen were definitely in the spots. They were in the spots, and they do their kind of coup de grace, if you will, their triumphant moment of the night comes at the end. Like they had great camera shots all night. The show looked fucking great. They got all the action stuff you want to see, the body shots you want to see, and then at the end, we'll get there when we get there. But the way they set up that shot, they were right where they needed to be to do it perfectly, and I fucking love that. I fucking love that. It looked like a movie.
So production, kudos to you. You should have got rid of fucking Bucky Beaver about 25 years ago. Fuck you, Kevin Dunn.
Let it go. Oh my god!
You said you wanted more of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just let it out, man. Let it out.
Oh, while we are on production, when Cody came out, they had first name, last name, and the women's championship on his little graphic. Mm-hmm. So they did fuck that up. But yeah, everything else, you guys are awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, the graphics thing where they're clearly doing it on the fly a little bit more, like I kind of like that though, because it creates I don't know, there's a creative thing that they're doing that I like. But yeah, it probably needs a little bit of, that's not the first time they've done that on one of these shows since WrestleMania.
No, it's about the third or fourth.
Yeah, and it happened night one on WrestleMania too. It's like when they turn on their system, they don't do a prep like prior to the show. So the first one they put in, it's like got the autofill on it, and they're just like enter. Oh fuck.
Another awesome thing I forgot to bring up earlier, the touch with the referee explaining the rules for the I Quit match while they're standing side by side, it gave it a fucking tremendous big fight feel.
I agree. And it was, it was an awesome match. We already covered that, but yeah. Great stuff. Awesome. Okay. Where are we?
We are Gable and Sammy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the whole story of the match is Gable is wanting Otis and Maxine to turn on Sammy and be naughty, and Otis is fighting his feelings the whole match. So the end of the match, what was the spot? Who took out Maxine? Was it
Gable.
Sammy? Gable. It was Gable. Gable took her out.
Sammy put him over the fucking barrier, right? Or whatever. Or like into the barrier. And he dove, took out Maxine's bad gam that she's got the big brace on.
The boot.
Yeah. Oh, that was so ridiculous.
So if I can go a little bit real world here, seeing that big boot, it reminded me of my real life the other day. I was at work.
Oh my God. Dude, no. I thought, hold on. I'm going to pump the brakes just a second here, because when we were planning this and continuing to do it and everything, I thought that stories like that were off the table. Like we couldn't talk about stuff like that.
Teaser. Stay tuned for the book, folks.
Oh my God, dude. I'm so in. One of these days, dude, you're going to walk away. It's all going to be over. And we're just going to fucking do like an 8-hour, just all the fucking stories, all the stories we can come out with. We're just going to lay them down like this and edit, put it in book form, dude.
And that'll get us to SummerSlam.
There you go.
So, Maxine has the Miss Elizabeth moment. Otis, instead of going and attacking Sammy, scoops up Maxine and takes her to the back. And then the cameraman's on the walkway, so he just stopped. And the match keeps going on. Gable gets back in the ring, eats a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. Sammy retains. What a piece of business.
Hold on. Did the ref get knocked out of the ring on this one? No. That was a different one.
No, okay. That's the main.
Yeah. It was only that one, right?
Yeah, only that one, I believe.
For some reason, I thought that was this one too. Sorry about that. That was a bit of a spaceman moment.
But what a fucking match, man. I want to see it again. Give them. This went 22 minutes, 15 seconds. Give them 30 minutes at the next show, because fuck.
Dude, I would say that about this show, minus the match we previously covered. I would watch this entire show again, minus
Yeah.
one match. Like, I want to watch it again and just see where some of it, because they did tell a good story. I did,
Mm.
like I said, we did comment that we got a little lost somewhere towards the completion aspect of it because there was just a lot going on. But again, Sammy, dude, Sammy,
He's a magician, man.
he's
Gable,
awesome.
so fucking
Gable,
good
no,
too.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
want. I'm not taking anything away from
yeah.
Gable. It's just really hard over Sammy's latest couple of matches to not just be like really appreciative of what he's done as as a
The Gunther
worker.
match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude. He
Yeah.
made Gunther look like $1,000,000, but he made
Mhm.
Gable look great tonight, and Gable did great. I just again, I want more Otis.
I think you're going to get that. I think you're going to go Gable and Otis with that, and you're going to have that kind of David and Goliath feel.
Oh, but Otis is so quick. Like he's the most deceivingly maneuverable dude. And I know he's a big guy. I know
Agile too.
but he's like the Bam Bam Bigelow, like kind of only like like that bowling ball kind of. And I'm here for that. If he can bring his personality out and really like Otis could be a lot of fun and be a good
Great.
shakeup in that US title kind of mid card intercontinental whatever like.
And then you know what else? You have a love interest angle too. I don't. It may not be with Maxine, but that's when he was with Mandy Rose, the OnlyFans girl. That was good shit, man.
Did you really just call Mandy Rose an OnlyFans girl?
Well, that's what she is now, right?
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah.
I mean, everyone
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
qualifies for all of them, I guess. But she's actually just because I follow her on Instagram.
Is that the only place you follow her?
Yeah, it is actually. Instagram is the only place. Yeah, dude, I'm a good guy. Okay, anyway, yeah, no, she's actually trying to get back into the bikini, like the competition for because she was like was it Miss Fitness or Bikini Fitness? Like it's one of the bigger ones, like it's a big category, but she's a legit, like she was a legit bodybuilder before she came in. WWE kind of fucking ruined that for her. She's not the only one that they tried that with. Eve is another one that like
I love Eve. Great
yeah,
girl. Met her
not
a couple. I met her once. She's really
yeah,
nice.
not Eve Torres.
Mm. Mm. Celeste Bonin.
Yeah,
Celeste.
yeah. You got it.
Fucker's her name.
So anyway, like
Celeste Bonin.
there's been a
Yeah.
few. There's been a few, and they haven't been able to get them to do what they want on the mic, or their gimmicks were just too like out of touch, with reality. But dude, they're kind of I feel like maybe Jade might end up falling into that category. I just hope it's not the case, but there have been a few, and it's okay. I mean, what are you gonna do? But
Maxine's probably in that category.
yeah, I mean, I don't
She's
know
not
what
very
she
good.
has to offer.
She hasn't had much training though either.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. If they're taking them from weightlifting competitions and bikini competitions, like for physique, I understand it. Like
Yeah.
I totally get it. But from an athletics standpoint, it doesn't really say much. Like that, like weightlifting is not. It's amazing, and but it doesn't mean you can jump, and it doesn't mean you can hold people and move people and tell a story with your actions and everything like that. So yeah, and it just seems like the female roster has suffered from that even more than the male roster, honestly, like especially now, because it feels like the male roster is just dudes that wanted to go into professional wrestling. Like, I think you'd be really hard pressed to find, you know, I mean, Gable was a collegiate wrestler. There's a few of that in there still, but like, you'd be hard pressed to find people that aren't like, yeah, I always wanted to be a WWE wrestler. That's why I did this, and wanted, you know, came to the, like, got into the program and did everything. But for females, I don't know if that's necessarily the case yet.
I think wrestling is a gap to get them to Hollywood or wherever they want to go.
I think it was, and I think so the Divas era for me didn't really end until we got anyone that was in the reality show off the roster. Like, if you were in the reality show, like, and you were still relevant, then you're still a diva. And I think the last one is still there. And I think after WrestleMania,
Natty?
No, yeah. No, I don't count Natalia. No. What's her name? The one from Miami. I cannot think of her name. She was one of the Funkadactyls.
Oh, Naomi.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess she is the end of that era.
Yeah. So and she's on her way out. We talked about that at WrestleMania. But it doesn't, like, I don't feel like they have that platform anymore, because outside of a reality show, I mean, none of them are getting to Hollywood. but
Rhea.
Oh God, that could happen, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she might be.
She's a fucking movie star. Jade probably too.
She might be like the first real one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real. I hadn't really thought about that.
She could be the female Steven Seagal, dude.
She's got so much crossover appeal too. Like, and she like has crossover into music genre stuff, a little bit of lifestyle stuff too, which is, I've just found so wild that the WWE actually allowed them to steer into that shit a little bit. And even so far as to call Dirty Dom, like, oof, you know, like, there's just a lot of crossover. She's good call, dude. Good call. I wonder what the first thing we'll see her in is. It's probably like Expendables 6.
12 rounds 5.
Yeah. Who's gonna be the Marine for the new Marine movie?
Oh. I could see Liv doing one of those shitty movies.
100%, dude. But like,
maybe Becky.
Becky wrote a book. Becky takes herself way too fucking seriously. Like, way too, and that's okay. That's like, I'm not shitting on her for it. That's just, you can see it. So she wrote a book. She
lives the gimmick.
Yeah, yes. And she wrote a book. She I guarantee you she's probably going to be a pretty fucking stellar mom, and she cares a lot about that. So she's going to be like, she'll do the talk shows and stuff. She'll be the you know, the women role model for the older females in the crowd, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Do you know what else?
No.
Charlotte Flair. She'll be back soon, I'm sure.
Are we gonna recognize her?
No, probably not.
I mean, every time she comes back, she looks a little less fucking human.
Oh man, she's got feelings, buddy.
I don't give a shit. I like, she's clearly got enough money in a plastic surgeon that's willing to fucking continue to just turn her into a Barbie doll. That, like, dude, we got, like, if we can't be real about this shit, like, there's like, I mentioned I just started watching The Boys again, and there's an actress on that show who, after 2 seasons, and here's the thing, I don't know enough about it. Maybe she was sick and had to have work done, whatever. I don't know. So I'm not, and again, everybody makes their choices, but like, can we just be honest about shit? Like, if you're going to the doctor and getting plastic or other parts of your body injected into parts they don't go, then you're going to look fake. You're not going to look like a normal person, because that's not what a normal person fucking looks like. Like, you're changing that shit. It's okay if that's what you want to do it. But when I acknowledge that to my eyes, you look fake.
You know what's wild that you say that with that NXT show last week.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Dana Brooke back, and the guy
No.
was like, "Oh, it's Dana. I mean Ash by Elegance," and she doesn't look anything like what she did.
She was another one. She was a power lifter. She
Yeah.
was a
Power
ranked,
lifter and gymnast or something.
yeah, she was a ranked like world power lifter. And yeah, and then when she got to WWE, she changed like her from day one. If you go back and watch when she made her debut to like the end of her first big stint, probably like 18 months or whatever, she like her body composition is just so different, because she didn't have the time to just work out all the time. She had to
Right.
do
She had to do bumps.
wrestling. Yeah.
I have a photo of her. I think she wrestled Sasha the first NXT show when they went on tour.
Okay.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
Like how she looks compared to what she did.
How crazy is it that, like, if you look at Randy Orton when he was with Triple H and Batista and Ric Flair, and you look at Randy Orton now, like the tattoos are obviously different. Like, you're not going to be able to see that.
No.
The tattoos are different, and the old man rib cage spreading.
Yeah, and remember the hair, the stringy hair that he had?
Oh, that was so great. But other than that, his body composition, I mean, he's Randy Orton.
He's beefy.
Yeah. But he's been doing the same exercises to build up the same parts of his body the same way for fucking 100 years. He's a dinosaur. I love him though. Anyway, the thing is with that, bodybuilders, Mandy Rose, Twitter.
Now she shows off.
I'm sorry, not Twitter. Instagram. See, that's the thing. I don't know enough. I don't even know if she does all that on there. Like, a lot of people don't use OnlyFans and show nudity. It's just like, okay.
Does.
Oh,
it's on the line.
Oh, okay. It's on the line.
It's on the line.
Well done. Well done. On the line.
That's a great movie.
It's just online. It's just online. You know, that is a fucking underrated movie, dude. But
Internship, man.
Vince Vaughn, anything with Vince Vaughn is going to be worth watching, in my opinion, even if it's like one of his smaller independent movies.
Was it you I was talking to who just met him?
No. God, I wish.
No, one of my friends just met him and said he's like the coolest fucking guy. Oh, no, my neighbor. He was in Vegas, and he said that he was at like a club kind of place, and there's like a bunch of people, and he was there, and he said he walked up to Vince Vaughn, and Vince was like, "Hey man, what's up? Let's have a picture." Blah blah blah. They had a drink together, talked. Said he's cool as fuck.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure my brother met him downtown Chicago somewhere. Like, I know he's met a couple people down there, but yeah, he, dude, there's a movie that I don't know if it's still on Hulu. I'm pretty sure it was a Hulu original. That's like about, it's kind of like The Purge, but it's for like teenagers, and essentially they've outlawed all alcohol and drugs, and like they make it so nobody can get anything, but one day a year everybody gets to get drunk and high and shit, so they go like absolutely fucking bonkers.
Is it called Rumspringa?
No, it's something like The Purge, but it's like the binge. It's called The Binge. That is what it's called. But he's kind of like an ancillary character in the movie or whatever, but he's fucking awesome in it. And it's just like, nobody's even paying attention, but Vince Vaughn is out here being awesome characters in fun B movies that like a lot of people will still watch and just fucking love. There's one where he does the Freaky Friday thing with the teenage girl where they switch bodies and like he's a fucking serial killer, but it's really the girl. Anyway, whatever.
And
Good
then
stuff.
he was in Rudy.
Vince Vaughn.
He was.
By the way, I just watched a fucking video on a theory that their characters, like that, Vince Vaughn has his own little universe, like within his movies, and how it was at Notre Dame where he played football and blah blah blah. He would have met what's his name, the dude that did Swingers with them, that later did Iron Man.
Favreau.
Yeah, Favreau. So
Yeah.
like they would have met because of Rudy, right? Like Rudy would have, right? And then like
Who's the wild man now?
and then it goes through all these movies, and like the funniest thing about it was once they got to a certain point, they're like, holy shit, this dude is like getting married and getting divorced like every other year. That's the problem with Vince Vaughn's characters, man. He was always the guy that would like fall in love and want to get married or be married and didn't want to be there. And it was like, but anyway, I'm off. We're so far off fucking topic right now. We were talking about
this
wrestling.
Is us. This is us.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So the next match, the hometown gal, Piper Niven, accompanied by Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the way Samantha introduced Chelsea Green was fucking
pornographic.
Awesome. Pretty much.
Yeah. And then the duo there took on Bailey and her duo of butt cheeks. God bless Bailey. I'm a big Bailey guy.
I know. She landed on her hip off the top rope though, and that looked bad, fucking painful, dude. It looked really fucking painful.
This match, it reminded me of Bailey Nia when they did that in NXT London.
Okay.
With the Hey Bailey, wanna be my gal. They didn't really do it today because
of Piper.
Piper's the hometown girl.
Yeah, they're not going to treat Piper like that.
I thought the match was kind of laid out similarly. Okay. And Bailey just makes that shit work.
Yeah, she does. And I actually thought Bailey looked better than I think she's looked her last two matches that have been big. Like Bailey looked good, and Piper actually. Piper's
good.
Yeah, Piper is really good. That ending was. I think that may have been my favorite ending of the night. To be honest, the
Bailey to belly,
the Bailey to belly off. And
second rope.
And then she hit the reverse on the back splash, like because they had to rotate that. Like that was a slick little move.
They're fucking good.
Yeah, they worked really well together. I hope to see them again. Actually,
I do too.
I know it was a hometown show, and I don't know if Piper is really that relevant, but like I hope to see them work together again. I really do.
You know what? I would rather see Piper than some of these girls that were in this tag. Give me Piper and Bianca.
Ooh, I'd like to see that.
I think that would be fun.
Dude, Piper goes, right? Yeah. So that's like, you want to talk about the differences between her and Nia, because her and Nia are kind of like the big man, thing. Like, she goes, and Nia never fucking goes. You can't get Nia to move. She plays the Andre the Giant fucking game.
She's the one man gang, and Piper is Bam Bam Bigelow.
There you go. Otis. Right? Oh, Otis and Piper. Fuck yeah! That's what I want.
If they do that mixed tag team thing, that would be fucking great.
Dude, Otis and Piper together would be fucking balls. I would love to see that shit.
So I think we do with this match, we have to talk about the fucking comedy.
Yeah.
That was Chelsea Green. She got thrown out about 3 minutes into this thing, And during the finish, she comes running out in the same outfit with the luchador mask on. Fucking priceless.
A pink one at that.
Oh
Right?
my
like
God.
to totally, she was wearing a pink beret and she comes out in a pink luchador mask, still wearing the same skirt. Like,
She is a Canadian treasure. God bless
she's
her.
fantastic. She's
She,
fantastic. And Samantha playing along to like just give her that little, because that makes her like, it gives her that little something, and that's the little something she needs, because dude, she is she's gold. She's
she
gold.
is.
But it's just going to be, can they find a role for her? And we've talked about this. We both think that the valet role needs to come back in a good way, not in a useless way like somebody else we've talked about tonight. Like, it needs to be a thing. And she would be top tier.
She would be a home run.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Dude, put her with Paul, and they fucking, that's how you take him to the title. That's how you take him out of the mid card.
Logan Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
That's how you take him out of the mid
I
card.
would, that's another thing. I'd like to see Piper and Chelsea go for the women's tag titles.
I think that'd be fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. And right now would be an amazing time to do it, because it's kind of a free for all. Maybe they get some big thing going for it for SummerSlam, like they do an
Well,
open
Asuka had ACL surgery the other day, so she's
Good.
out for a while.
Yeah, I don't want to see her hold those belts ever again.
No, she needs to be in the main mix, but
she never will again.
No, sadly, Vince killed her.
Yeah, and it's sad, but she had an iconic. I don't think people. I don't know.
Her run in NXT.
Yeah, like she beat out Goldberg.
She did.
Like, she passed up Goldberg, and Goldberg's was kind of trash. Like the way we all kind of look at it.
Filtered, yeah.
Yeah, but like, she was a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, I've gone back and watched shit she did in Japan, and like, she's not even as crazy as she was in Japan. She's such a watered down version of what she was in Japan, and but she still does it so fucking well. Asuka is like that, in my opinion. Asuka is like that first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, boom, done.
You could put Asuka up there with the ladies of the mid to late 80s. Mm-hmm. The Bomb Angels, Toyota in All Japan, Luna, Alundra. Alundra was fucking good.
Alundra was good. But Luna had the edge, like that. That's,
she was a psycho.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's Asuka. Like, she's unhinged. Mm-hmm. She's just absolutely unhinged.
I saw her at that WrestleMania. I went to the Shimmer show, and she was Kana. Nice. I think it was Asuka against Mia Yim.
Oh, wow.
At that show. Or maybe Mia Yim was against Awesome Kong, maybe. I don't.
Okay.
It was fun. That was a great show. Look it up if you're watching.
Fucking Awesome Kong, dude. Remember when she almost had a run?
Karma. Great. I love her.
She was fucking good.
I read a report. Speaking of fucking good, she don't wrestle anymore, but I read a report that somebody else is going to revive Glow.
Oh, wow, Netflix. Really?
So she would be on that, because she was one of the top 4 on there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So the next match, main event.
Yeah, main event.
Drew with the hometown just lunacy against Damian Priest, who, I don't know, his run hasn't really been good, but it was a cash-in. I feel bad for Damian.
I got no. Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. Damian, this to me, and I texted you this, so you already know this, but I have to me, this was a test for Damian Priest. This, as a character, as a wrestler, as a performer, this was a test. You have an absolute monster in Drew McIntyre. And I mean, he is a monster. Physically, like character wise, like Drew is a fucking force. And guys like me, I never thought Drew McIntyre was going to be a force, because when he came in as the chosen one, people fucking booed him out of the building. He had no physique, he had no charisma, he sucked. He was bad. And then he had to,
Too.
and then he comes back on Comedy Detail, for a
3MB.
while, and it was okay, but people saw him and they were like, oh well, he put on muscle, like he looks much better.
Mm-hmm.
He is a force. He's legitimately a force. Like I put him right up there with Roman Reigns right now, honestly, for the ability to draw that like response from a crowd, the match work, everything. He is top of the game right now, in my opinion. Okay. Damian Priest was nothing. He was barely, like, he wasn't relevant at all in my, like, the whole group Judgment Day went from being like nobody's to being champions because Rhea Ripley was carrying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a
Brindle.
sudden, but you give him the case, and he plays the backstabbing weasel Judgment Day guy, but the way he used it, first of all, the way he cashed it in was super honorable in my opinion. It's the way the Money in the Bank should be used. And when he made the decision, he ran out, he gave it to him. We remember it fucking just happened. Like, it was over, right? Yeah. Awesome. That's what you use the case for. It worked perfectly. He didn't use people to hold the guy down or fuck anybody over. He just did what you're supposed to do. This was his test. And for me, he fucking passed. Now, he might be, dude, I thought he fucking killed it. And if he's hurt, like if he broke his leg, or if he
That's why
has
I'm saying I feel bad.
a stress fracture, or if he tore a muscle or tendon or something, like, we have no idea. It looked to me like his leg like got caught pretty like high up when he snapped, and then he hit his shoulder and his head.
And then Drew popped up to get him.
Drew fucking kicked him in the ribs a couple times for good measure. But I think he was just stalling to let the ref try and get him out, which the ref couldn't do. And then Drew tried, dude, when Drew grabbed the ropes, Drew fucking pulled. He was trying to let him out, and he was like, there's no fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
So he finally had to, and I don't know what time that happened and then how much longer the match went on.
Couple minutes.
But it was at least half the match. And Damian fucking had a fucking fantastic match.
He did.
He had a fucking amazing match. I was impressed, like legitimately impressed. And if he's hurt, it's even 10 times more impressive. So in the end, even if he has to sit for a while, I know people get forgotten, but like, that match is a get you over match. That is a match that people will look at and be like, hey, I can watch more of this dude. I can see more of this. The character needs a little work. Like, he needs to turn on Judgment Day, do something different.
I think what I was going to say is, if he's not hurt, I think you put him in there with like Finn, somebody that can make him look like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get him more over.
Well, he's still got a belt.
He's got the belt, but he needs something. He needs to have like a defining. I mean, maybe today you could count that.
Well, no, you can't, because CM Punk steals the show, like, automatically. It's CM Punk's moment.
It's the same story as how he won the belt.
I felt the other way about it. I thought that was like a moment for CM Punk that turned into his moment, that turned into Damien's moment. And I felt tonight was Damien's moment that got
That
turned
turned
into
into
CM Punk's moment, you
It's
know,
fair.
because CM Punk was the catalyst, but then Damien capitalizes, right? And tonight it was the other way around. You know, Damien does all the things Damien does, works an incredible match, still walks out with his belt, but in the end, it's only because CM Punk came out there and took it and let him walk away with it, causing a problem. Which, by the way, amazing work. Amazing work. Like the ref going out thing, you think you're going to get the typical 1, 2, 3, 4, and the crowd's counting along and everything. And like I said, the camera work to have the camera like where it was so that when the ref slid in, you just see the
You
back of
didn't see
him
it was
and
Punk.
he's
Yeah.
got on the long sleeve shirt so you can't see his tattoos. Well done. Good TV. So fucking good. We were marking out like animals, dude. We were going absolutely ape shit. It was so great.
It
So
was
great.
awesome.
It was so great.
And then like that, if you did SummerSlam 2 nights, that is your main event for one of the nights.
No, yeah.
Is Punk and
They're
Drew.
not there. They're not there.
No,
That I think this is gonna be a slow fucking burn. I
I don't
really
think Punk is going to
this
be ready.
yeah. Well, not just that, but I don't think that he's gonna. They're not just gonna get in. Like he's not gonna get called down on Raw. Like I think this is like they're not gonna have a match. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be like oh coming after commercial CM Punk versus like that. They're gonna build it. Like this is gonna be a burn.
Well, if it's SummerSlam, that's 2 months away. So
That's not enough.
you don't think?
Maybe for their first match, I guess. But a Hell in a Cell, like you said today, you're not getting that. Like
That was such a shot at Tony. Oh, so good.
I think it'll be. I think they'll probably get other people involved. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll even be 1-on-1. Honestly, like I think they're gonna burn it. I think they're gonna. Maybe it'll be a triple threat, just to keep the title off of both of them for a while and let them keep fucking each other out of the title and just build that animosity,
But
build those characters.
if Priest is hurt,
Yeah, that's okay. So that changes everything.
then I think you redline
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah,
Because you can't depend on Punk,
No.
to be healthy for a year.
Yeah, that's fair. But if you're squeezing it, if you're keeping it the backstabbing and the and maybe they have a match and they whatever, but like you can guarantee that he stays healthy. I mean, as much as you can. If you're fucking trying to have him out at fucking house shows doing it, then no.
I don't think they do those anymore, though.
Really? Yeah, I don't know.
Think.
I mean, we had one here a couple years, well, prior to COVID. Again, everything's prior to COVID. But anyway, I don't know, man. But if he's hurt, it would be completely understandable because that shit was violent and it was completely an accident. Again, another problem with the ropes tonight. That somebody had a problem with the ropes tonight. I shouldn't say it's actually a problem with the ropes, but somebody had a problem with the ropes. I don't necessarily know what he was going for there. Like when he first, like he stepped on the second rope. And so I wasn't exactly sure what it was that he was trying to do. But when your leg snaps up in the ropes like that,
with the tension, it just
oh my god, dude, it looked so bad. And like I said, the way he hit the mat, the way he hit the side of the mat.
But then when he did the leverage for the choke slam, he didn't plant that foot either. So.
No. He did a one-footed. He did a one leg.
Drew did
twice.
Drew did the big jump.
He did it twice on one foot, dude,
and then hobbled out. So I'm guessing he's hurt legit.
When he went up to go to the ropes, like when he sat Drew on the ropes. I was like, I said it out loud too. I was like, I don't trust him to go up there and do any moves right now with that leg, because he continually, and again, I kept telling myself, like, don't over commit to the sell, right? Like, don't, like, maybe it was numb for a little bit, but now he can really work that it's hurt, and you know, so it doesn't make him look weak for still taking the title but needing CM Punk to do it. Because again, he didn't look weak. He still came off looking really good at the end of the match, even though it was a ref interference. He looked good. He came out smelling good. And it wasn't his cheat, it wasn't his shortcut, right? He
Right.
wasn't pulling out brass knuckles or having Dom, do something dirty. But yeah, I still think it was a great match. He may have been selling. Who fucking knows? Because
if he did, masterful.
if he did, then again, I'm even more fucking impressed. Like, but being hurt and still putting on the display that he did, well fucking done. And good on to Drew. I don't know if you noticed, but they clearly were having a conversation after the match ended, like on the mat, like head to head, those are the moments that I always want to know what they're saying to each other. Always. It's like sometimes you catch it between guys when they're shaking hands and you can see that they're not really moving their lips. So they're making sure not to talk loud enough that anyone else could fucking hear them. Those are the conversations I want to know, man. Those are the things I want to know. That's all I got.
No, you're not done, are you? All right. Well, I think this is time to end the show.
It was a good show.
Great show.
It was a good show.
I would say probably top 5 in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean,
great show,
especially for something that isn't a top, like a big 4, like just
tremendous.
And the last 2, they're on a fucking run, dude. Starting at the last night of WrestleMania, they're on a run. So,
yeah, we got King of the Ring next month. We'll see where we go from there.
We got what?
Or Money in the Bank. I was thinking King of the Ring.
We just had King of the Ring.
Yeah.
No, Money in the Bank. I wanted to mention this a little bit earlier. Actually, their promo for Money in the Bank, like the gimmick for the show with like the old school bank robbers, and it looks kind of like something out of The Incredibles,
You loved it.
I did, because we have gotten away from they had gotten away from like really steering into fun themes for shows. They just did it of what the theme of the show was. So Money in the Bank just became the case with a ladder. Oh, like I like that they're doing something a little bit more, like with a little bit more, jazz to it. I don't know. Like it's just, I like the creativity. Like if I see them being creative, it's going to feel like they're trying. So when I see stuff like that, it's like, dude, they're putting in work, man. They're putting in an effort. I appreciate that. When they're phoning it in, they're phoning it in. I've watched them long enough. When they're phoning it in, they're phoning it in.
They're not right now. They're fucking cooking.
No. Dude, they are cooking. They are absolutely cooking. They have their foot on the pedal. Oh, speaking of, as soon as we're done here, I'm going straight back to watching Lemans, dude.
All right.
You should check it out if you have Max.
I'm going to watch the Tank Davis pay-per-view fight.
Oh, okay.
He's fighting Frank Martin.
Oh, isn't there a fight night on tonight too?
Yeah,
probably over by now.
It's probably like second to co-feature probably.
What's oh dude,
Connor's off.
So yeah, Connor, what the fuck?
He re-injured the leg that he broke. It's now Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka.
Yeah, I like awesome. That. I like that.
It's a better fight.
So I didn't believe Connor was coming back. I thought it was bullshit. Like I didn't believe it, because if you're paying any attention, Connor out in public, like videos that keep coming out of him.
Wild.
Like, yeah, Connor's not okay. Connor's not training for a fight. Connor's not ready to fight. So I don't know about his leg. That like I didn't even read it. I just saw that the fight was off.
I think
But
they said November now, and that'll be at MSG. So
that's a good fight. I'm excited for that. Like I put that on the fucking like on the board to be like, yeah, that's a good fight.
did you see somebody paid $27,000 for 2 tickets to this UFC? And they're like, hey Dana, Connor's off. Can I get my money back? For like the whole UFC experience thing.
I mean, like that's like the UFC sells him as the guy that they sell. Like they're very open about it. He's the seller. We do the biggest fights. We make the most money. He makes like, so when you're selling that dude is that, and people are like, yeah, I'm part of it. And then they pay that money. Dude, if I was a Conor McGregor fan, which by the way, again, I made money off of his losses. Just saying. I was betting against him. Not that I didn't like him, but I just like God, going all the way back to when he fucking flash KO'd
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, Jose Aldo. Yeah, that like it was awesome and it was a moment, but Jose Aldo only got to fight for a couple seconds. And like as much as I love it, at the same time, I never bought into him after that because it was just like, dude, and Jose was never the same. And a lot of guys, if you get flash KO'd like that fucks up your connectors.
Cody Garbrandt.
Oh, dude, the list is long. If you go back and look at the first time Chuck Liddell ever got knocked out, I think he got knocked out in his next 3 fights.
Yeah,
like, he looked like he had a glass jaw. It's just how it works. So Jose was never going to get back in and be that Jose again. And he was old, like as it was, I think at the time, and Conor was pretty young, but he's just never been. And then there's another dude, the Irish guy, the other Irish guy, the one who does that, O'Malley. Like, I don't buy into him either. I'm not a Sugar
he's
Sean
fighting
fan
Jake
either.
Paul now. He replaced Tyson, and it's Sean O'Malley versus Jake Paul. And then Tyson is going to fight Jake Paul in November, they said no. So another UFC 303 flop. Jamal Hill lobbied to get on that card with Conor, and now Conor's off and Jamal is hurt. After he just got knocked the fuck out by Pereira.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good fight. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great fight for purists.
I was talking today with my boys about how over the time that I watched it, because I think we talked about this when 300 was on, but like I've just watched it forever at this point. We've seen different eras of dominance, and the Brazilian era is over.
It is.
Like the Slavic era. We're in the Slavic era.
You're in the Slavic.
Chinese.
You're in that European.
I think Chinese.
The Russian / Georgian.
Yeah. Yeah, Slavic.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's like they're insane, and they're in every division. They're just and like it started with the women. That's the funniest thing because like they did start the Eastern European, right? Like it started with the women, and the men have followed up. And I know there's a Chinese male now that they're that looks really fun. Yeah, that looks like he might be legit. And again, started with the women. The women were the first ones that got in, and like Chinese women became top tier. No, it's fucking awesome. It's a different era, and I'm here for it because the fight style is much different, and they're constantly trying
evolving.
Yeah, and they're constantly trying to end the fight. They're constantly trying to end the fight, even if it's on the ground. They're not trying to lay on you. They're not. They want to end the fight. And we got into this weird place with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu where, when it was the most dominant form, everybody had to learn it, and we got to this weird place where guys would lay on the ground just for half a round. And I think that's going to end with this era. I think that's going to end with this era, because these dudes, if you go to the ground with them, okay, like, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
They smother you.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love it. I would love to see like a GSP at his peak against a dude like that, because like he was such a blue baller. Like, he'd take guys down and just like not do much for 30 seconds and just kind of stall and roll around a little bit. Because he was a good wrestler, and he had strikes. Not claiming he didn't have strikes, but he was like the first champion I remember watching going, he's not fighting to win, he's fighting to not lose. He was like the first one
of my era's dream match: Khabib versus Matt Hughes.
Oh,
just because of the wrestling.
Matt Hughes, though, before getting knocked the fuck out. Again, that's another
hit
one.
By a train.
Dude, oh, that poor fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
He was so dominant for so long, got knocked out, and it was over. Just fucking done.
Yeah.
I think I would have to have BJ Penn. Like, BJ Penn would, I'm serious. BJ Penn would be my
Prime
guy.
Penn. Prime Penn.
And I would say lightweight too, not definitely not featherweight. Lightweight. But I don't know who I would put him against, honestly. I've never thought about a matchup, but BJ Penn is one of my guys that, like, Nate Diaz is one I would love to see fight anybody. If I had Nick Diaz, not Nate, Nick Diaz.
He's back.
I know, but I mean Nick Diaz at his peak, like Nick Diaz, Anderson Silva, Nick Diaz, like, if I had that, like, yeah, just anybody. Like, those are like a guy like Chuck Liddell in today's UFC, I don't think would stand a chance.
No.
Not a chance.
Let's do a show on this.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Dream matchups.
Fuck yeah, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. We'll do like the brackets and stuff, and we'll fucking build. We'll just fucking build up matchups.
The hottest guy.
No. Like matchups, like fights.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Shut the fuck up.
You love it.
I do. I love you, all of you. We taking off right now? Are we finally done?
We're done.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, and watch.
Yeah. Sex shop.